First up for 25, this is Zac Ellway's new Sherco Factory STF 125. Let's begin. Now, to celebrate Zac's brand new Sherco, we're giving away a discount on any of the products used on Zac's bike build. Just make sure you watch this video in full to find out that cheeky little discount code. Now, Zac in 2025 is moving up from a B to 80 onto a 125cc in B class, and he's changed to the Sherco after watching them all year, which he's been very impressed with at the youth championships. He's already got his hands on a 2024 model, which was Ewan Sims' factory bike, and he's been super impressed and been learning how to ride that really well. So here's his 25 model. Now, these are fuel injected 2-strokes, and there's hell of a lot of punch and power coming from the bike, so he's not really had much engine tuning done to the bike. Apart from the clutch, we've had it softened slightly by moving the pressure plate. The good thing about these Shercos is they are adjustable, so you can make them faster or slower, and also by making them slightly slower it also lightens the clutch lever action, which also helps onto the bigger bikes. It's a bit of adjustment getting used to a clutch like this using the diaphragm clutch. At the cockpit, we've gone for Renthal handlebars, and he's using Renthal medium compound grips, a very, very popular choice for a lot of riders. The Renthal handlebars, super strong, have a little bit of flex, so they're a bit more forgiving on the arms, and the Renthal grips, they're some of the grippiest and longest lasting grips you can get on the market. He's keeping with the Sherco bar pad rather than the Renthal bar pad. He finds this one to be a little bit more comfortable, and it's a little bit more slimline, and it doesn't kind of rub the cables quite as much, so it's good to keep that original pad on the Sherco. Levers, he's sticking with the original BrakeTech ones, really high quality. He likes the feel and the bend to them. He's also keeping, you'll see, the adjusters as standard, so you can lock them into place so they won't move. With the spring-loaded adjusters, they're brilliant for if you're trying to dial in your bike, but if you've got that biting point just right, you don't really want it to move, so hence why Zac's got the locking nuts on, so he knows where exactly the biting point is, and that'll keep him happy. The headlight has been removed, and we've put in place a number board. It's one of those things, it's quite a heavy unit and it's not needed for competition trials that Zac's doing, so that's been removed, and we've stripped the lighting out of the wiring harness to make the bike as basic and simplified as possible, keeping the weight down as well. The mapping switch has been kept on the bike, and as you'll see, we've attached it to the top yoke, and it's just tucked out of the way nice and neat, so if he does want to change to the wet and dry mapping, he's got that option. Being a fuel injected bike, this map does make a lot more of a difference than it does on the carbureted models, so you'll find that you can really kind of feel the difference if you wanted to go onto the sunny mode or the wet mode if you wanted the bike to be slightly softer. The bike comes with Michelin trial competition tyres front and rear, and Zac's more than happy to rerunning those. Probably some of the best tyres on the market, and you'll see a lot of the pros using these. On the front forks, Zac is using the S3 carbon fork guard protectors. They're real carbon fibre, very, very fancy, really nice finish to them. It's a gloss black. I'd probably say they're the best carbon fibre fork guards you can get at the moment for quality wise, and they've been set off nicely by our new team stickers for 2025 with our team sponsors. Now, Zac's also got the Galford disc front and rear. Now, these do come standard on the bike, but that's perfect because that's exactly what Zac would want to use. Personally, in our opinion, the Galford discs along with the Galford red pads are the best brakes that you can get. No matter what the conditions, wet or dry, you get a consistent, nice bite to them, and it's something that we've strongly recommended for quite a few years now. Also, going back to the cockpit, on the lanyard, Zac is using the Jitsi rigid lanyard strap. You can get them in flexible as well, but we're finding the rigid ones to be very, very popular. They don't stretch as much, so when you do pull, it will mean that the magnet will release quicker, and also you don't have that danger of it pinging off and flicking and hitting you in the eye like some of them you do find with those flexi ones. They're almost a bit too flexy, and they can go flying if you're not careful. So this is a real popular upgrade for a lot of people now. Moving down onto the frame, you'll see Zac is now using frame guards. Now, the frame guards are made by Trick Bits. These ones are super protective and they fit really, really well. They're molded exactly to the frame. They come down and they also have the clearance holes here, so you can still get to the Allen keys, which is a really nice little touch that you don't have to whip those fork frame guards off every time that you want to do any adjustments to the brake or anything like that. They really help protect the frame from boot rubbing on the paintwork, and they're super slimline that you really won't feel any difference in the bike by having those on there. He's also got extra protection at the rear. On the rear silencer, he's got a Jitsi full silencer guard. This really does help protect the bike because it can be a little bit vulnerable if you drop it on the right hand side, and this guard from Jitsi really does wrap around the full exhaust, keeping it well protected. Zac's also using the S3 Hard Rock solid footrests, and these are made specifically for Shercos as they've got a different footrest mounting bracket compared to any other bike on the market. The Hard Rock solid footrests are quite a level peg. They're just as wide as the standard Hard Rock, but what you'll also find is they are wider for a wider stance, so they do stick out a little bit more both left and right. Now that can be good for people with large feet, and it can also be good for people that want a wider stance to try and make that bike as stable as possible. The wider the stance you've got, the more room you've got for the bike to move between your legs, and the more stable and well balanced you tend to be. You'll see that a lot of bikes now are starting to become wider and wider, and this is just helping that even more so by having these type of footrests on the bike. On the back, it comes with a lovely FIM Galfa disc, as we said before. Best brakes on the market in our opinion. And it also comes with a solid rear sprocket, perfect for safety because you don't want to be losing any of these. Now for Zac's weight, we've had to make some adjustments to the rear shock. It uses the Rager, and with Zac's weight we can actually keep the standard spring that comes on the shock, but it just had to be adjusted slightly to get the correct sag for Zac. So if you like Zac's build for 2025, you can get yourself a cheeky little discount off of any of the products used on his bike build. Now this discount offer will end on Christmas Day, so get in there quick and order these parts. So for 10% discount on any of the parts Zac's used, use this code ZAC10 to get yourself some nice little treats for Christmas. Hope you like this video, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.